The anime begins by presenting the story of a world created by a goddess, where 9 different races live together: Dragonutes, Elves, Onifolk, Dwarves, Demonkin, Dark Elves, Centaurs, Beastfolk, and humans. Among them was Light, a young human who dreamed of becoming an adventurer to give his family a better life. Determined, he said goodbye to his hometown and set off in search of money and power. Upon arriving in a large city, Light was pushed around by the crowd but kept moving forward until he found the Adventurers Guild. As soon as he entered, he introduced himself to the receptionist, who asked if he wanted to register as a new adventurer. He confirmed, and the woman explained that every beginner started at the lowest rank, rank F, then asked if he had any special skill. Light said he had a skill called Unlimited Gacha, capable of summoning random cards. To demonstrate, he activated his power and made a bent fork appear. The receptionist was speechless, trying to justify himself. Light said that the gacha was useful, but when he continued the tests, he only managed to summon a rotten apple and a piece of moldy bread. Embarrassed, he explained that this didn't usually happen. The receptionist confirmed that he indeed fit perfectly into rank F. After receiving his adventurer card, Light asked for some missions. She told him to look at the quest board, but noticed by his expression that he couldn't read. Because of that, she offered him the jobs no one wanted: cutting grass, carrying dirt, and collecting firewood, warning him that the payment would be low. Even so, Light gladly accepted the simple tasks. After a long day of hard work, he earned enough money to rent a room at an inn. However, before he could rest, 3 beastmen surrounded him, knocked him down, and laughed at him. The leader took the money he had earned, mocking him for causing such a fuss over so little. Light asked them to leave him alone, but the wolf man punched him, throwing him to the ground. Laughing, the group walked away, leaving him hurt and humiliated while the crowd ignored him. Among everyone there, only one elf approached to help him. Gently, she hugged him to calm him down, ignoring the stares and laughter around them. Surprised by her attitude, Light allowed her to help. The elf introduced herself as Sasha, a member of the Concord of Tribes, a group of adventurers formed by representatives of the 9 races. By her side were Garu, a beastman, and other companions: Drago, Diablo, Oboro, Nano, Sion, and Santor. Sasha explained that they only needed 1 human to complete the group, and Garu said their goal was to create unity among all races, fighting against prejudice and building a fairer world. Light was moved by the idea that they needed him and accepted the invitation with enthusiasm. Shortly after, the group began exploring a dungeon called Abyss. During their journey, giant snakes appeared and attacked Light. Drago quickly protected him, while Sasha took down another serpent with her bow, warning him to be more careful. Sitting beside him, she treated his wounds gently. The others began teasing her for acting so protective. Embarrassed, Sasha tried to hide it, saying she was only taking care of a teammate. But the group kept laughing, making her blush. Drago reassured Light, saying that making good tea was contribution enough. Amid jokes, everyone went deeper into the dungeon. When they reached a dead end, Drago asked them to stop. Light thought they were taking a break and began preparing tea, but Drago interrupted, saying they didn't need him because they were expelling him from the group. Light thought it was a joke, but Drago's expression remained cold. Garu confirmed it, saying they didn't need him anymore. Sasha, who had once shown kindness, now looked at him with contempt. Sion and Nano also mocked him, calling him useless, while Diablo and Oboro felt relieved to get rid of what they called dead weight. Confused, Light asked why they were being so cruel after all their kindness. Garu revealed that it had all been an act. They only wanted him to join the group. When Light asked why, Drago explained that they had recruited him because of his special ability, believing he was a maestro capable of summoning valuable powers. But after realizing that unlimited gacha was worthless, they decided to get rid of him. Light tried to argue, saying that even if his ability was unpredictable, he could still help, but Garu just laughed, calling him a failure and saying that a talentless human had no place among them. Thus, abandoned and disillusioned, Light realized that all their camaraderie had been nothing but a lie. Sasha thought they had already taken too long to get rid of him. She felt enormous relief even knowing they could obtain a maestro's blood. Just imagining marrying someone as inferior as Light made her entire body shiver. Light was speechless after hearing that, and Drago decided to end things once and for all. He ordered Garou to finish off the boy before other adventurers arrived, and only then did Light realize the real danger he was in. Seeing their threatening looks, Light understood they intended to kill him. Drago stated they had received orders to eliminate any potential problem. Garou drew his Wolverine claws and lunged forward, slashing Light's face. The boy panicked as he saw the blood dripping down. While the group watched coldly, he ran away screaming, overcome by fear. Garou mocked him, saying he could run all he wanted, he would just end up as food for the monsters of the abyss. But Sasha shot an arrow that struck his leg, stopping any chance of escape. Light fell to the ground, and Garou amused himself with his pain. He kicked him hard in the stomach, sending him forward, and kept beating him mercilessly until Sasha interrupted, reminding him that they needed to make it look like an accident. Then Garou raised his claw for the final blow. Facing death approaching, Light crawled, desperately trying to stay alive. Garou grew excited at the sight, watching the weak boy struggle for his life. Suddenly, Light's hand touched a teleportation trap. Drago shouted for Garou to kill him before the spell activated. But the trap surrounded him in Light and transported him to safety before they could reach him. Light opened his eyes in another part of the dungeon, still gravely wounded. He believed he would be devoured by a monster at any moment. That moment of despair made him think of his family, and tears rolled down his face. He remembered the initial kindness of the Concord of Tribes group and couldn't understand how they had become so cruel. Anger replaced the sadness. He didn't even know what this maestro they mentioned was, nor from whom they had received the order to kill him. The confusion turned into fury, and Light swore revenge. Determined, he stood up, but then heard a sound behind him. When he turned, he saw a level 1000 monster staring at him. Light wondered what such a powerful creature was doing there and realized the trap had teleported him to the deepest level of the abyss. The monster approached, and he started thinking of a way to escape. Desperate, he activated his unlimited gacha ability, summoning a large magic circle in front of him. To his surprise, Light saw the circle release an intense aura, and then a girl dressed as a maid appeared. In the blink of an eye, she completely destroyed the monster. Before Light's stunned gaze, the girl cleaned all the creature's remains with a simple wave of her arm. She approached and knelt before him, healing each of his wounds with magic. She apologized for acting without permission, saying she couldn't stand seeing him hurt, and humbly asked him to tell her his name. Light introduced himself. Enchanted, the girl repeated his name several times and declared that, according to the maid's code of honor, she swore total loyalty to him. Not understanding who she was, Light asked her name, and she replied that she was May, the ever-seeking maiden, level 9999. May explained that she was a super ultra rare card from Light's unlimited gacha. The boy said his gacha only produced trash and found it impossible that someone so incredible could have come from it. May replied that she was just a simple maid and asked him to call her only May. Seeing her sad expression, Light agreed. She smiled and thanked him. Soon after, she asked to examine his gacha ability, and Light was surprised to learn that she possessed the appraisal skill. May explained that this was only one of her many abilities and asked permission to analyze his energy. When Light accepted, her eyes shone as she examined his magical flow, revealing several hidden layers of protection. May was impressed by the ability's power. She said the gacha seemed useless because Light had been using it in places without mana, in the abyss. However, the massive concentration of magical energy fueled the gacha, increasing his chances of obtaining rare cards. She explained the levels of the unlimited gacha, from the highest extra rare and super ultra rare to the lowest, normal and error. Light still didn't fully understand, so May told him that on the surface, he would never get good summons because of the lack of mana. She praised him for discovering the gacha's potential and daring to enter the abyss to try to draw a rare card, but pointed out that it was extremely dangerous to do so alone. Light said he hadn't come alone, he had descended with a group, but they betrayed and tortured him. Remembering what he had suffered, Light began to cry, revealing everything to May. He said he only wanted to live honestly to help his family. May watched him carefully, feeling the weight of the pain he carried after so much cruelty and betrayal. At last, Light fell to his knees, declaring that he would never forgive those cruel people who had hurt him. Mai wrapped him in an embrace, trying to comfort him. In her arms, Light gradually calmed down and stopped crying. With a determined look, Mai said that she might never fully understand his pain, but she would use all her strength to make the Concord of Tribes pay for what they had done. Light looked at her, surprised, as Mai promised to place each of their heads before him without hesitation. He stopped her before she could go through with the idea. Mai knew Light had a kind heart but believed that group didn't deserve any mercy. Even so, Light replied that he had ended up in that situation because of his own weakness. He declared that he didn't intend to use her power for revenge, but to become stronger on his own and punish them all with his own hands. Light thought Mai would consider his words naive, but when he turned, he saw her kneeling before him, promising to support him in everything he did. After Mai said she completely trusted his abilities, Light gave a sincere smile. She answered with another smile before Light activated the gacha again, trying to summon another powerful card in the abyss. As she watched him, Mai saw determination growing in his eyes. Surrounded by dense energy, Light gathered all the mana of the abyss, and huge magic circles began to shine around him, marking the beginning of a new, power-filled summoning. And so we end the first episode of the animation Jaitida Nakama Takai Nai Dungeon Okuchi. If you want the continuation of the next episodes, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep getting the next videos. See you next time.